Hello guys, so today we are going to look into the Harappan polity. There are indications of complex decisions being taken and implemented in Harappan society. If we look at the uniformity of artifacts and bricks which were produced at different places, the town planning and the mobilization of labor for its construction, all this required a highly competent government for its start and its implementation. Let us understand it with one more example of seals, scripts, and weights. Seals and sealings were used to facilitate a long-distance communication, and further, it also conveyed the identity of the senders. So, the receiver will get to know who sent it, and also that it hasn't been tampered. The Harappan script are not deciphered yet. The inscriptions and seals in which the scripts are found are lines of writing, probably containing the name and the title of the owner. Most inscriptions are short, the longest containing about 26 signs. It was not alphabetical and has just too many signs, somewhere between 375 and 400. It is apparent that the script was written from right to left, as some seals saw a wider spacing on the right and cramping on the left, as if the engraver began working from the right and then ran out of space. Scholars have also suggested that the motif in the seals, which is generally an animal, conveyed a meaning to those who could not read. Exchanges were regulated by a system of weights, usually made of a stone called chert and generally cubical with no markings. The lower denominations of weights are binary, for example 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, etc., up to 12,800, while the higher denominations followed the decimal system. A developed civilization like Harappa with flourishing urban culture and trade relations would not have survived without some sort of centralized political control. The scholars differ about the nature and organization of the Harappan polity. Some suggest that the priest ruled over the state, as there's a statue found which is considered as priest king. But so far we have not understand the ritual practices of the Harappan, and further who perform such practices held political powers or not. Some suggest some kind of polity which is republican in nature, and that everybody enjoyed equal status. For R.S. Sharma, the state was ruled by a class of merchants because Harappan were very much concerned with commerce than conquests. For some, there were no single ruler, but several. Mohenjo-daro had one, Harappa another, and so forth, because of the transformation of the chiefdoms into organized states, but holding their original identity. Yet others argued that there was a centralized state, given the similarity in artifacts, the evidence for planned settlements, the standardized ratio of brick size, and the establishment of settlements near sources of raw materials, because the entire communities could not have collectively made and implemented such complex decisions. However, the failure in deciphering the Harappan script and the absence of conclusive evidence did not allow us to come to a conclusion about the political life of the Harappan. So that's it for today. We will look into the other topics in the next class.